समाजवादी पार्टी पूरे जिम्मेदारी से आपके साथ खड़ी है। कभी भी आपको सहयोग और मदद की जरूरत होगी, हम आपके साथ खड़े दिखाई देंगे।
आप हमारा दोस्त पार्टी है। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ममता जी को रेस्पेक्ट करता है और ममता जी अरविंद केजरीवाल को पसंद करता है, और हम लोग चाहते हैं दिल्ली में भाजपा हार जाए।
ये चुनाव मैं मानता हूँ फिर एक बार अरविंद केजरीवाल जी जीतने जा रहे हैं। आप केजरीवाल जी को देशद्रोही साबित करने के लिए अपनी ताकत लगा रहे हो, कांग्रेस ने ये नहीं करना है।
दिल्ली चुनाव बहुत अहम चुनाव है। मैं समझता हूँ शायद वहाँ केजरीवाल जीत जाएंगे। कांग्रेस भी फ्रे में है, कांग्रेस भी चुनाव लड़ेगी।
क्या अलायंस है इंडिया अलायंस? नो मिशन नो विजन, ओनली कंफ्यूजन डिविजन। समाजवादी पार्टी और तृणमूल कांग्रेस दोनों ही कांग्रेस के प्रति, राहुल गांधी के प्रति अविश्वास प्रकट कर रहे हैं। इंडिया अलायंस में सब एक साथ दिल्ली में एक दूसरे के खिलाफ।
Viewers, there's just 28 days left for the Delhi elections, and as polls draw near, Congress has been abandoned and isolated by its partners in the India bloc. Parties in the India bloc have picked Kejriwal over Rahul Gandhi. Akhilesh Yadav's Samajwadi Party, Mamata Banerjee's TMC and Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena UBT have extended their support to Arvind Kejriwal. The AAP convener has thanked them for the support. The BJP, however, has mocked Rahul, calling it allies the latest snub to Rahul Gandhi's leadership as well.
आप हमारा दोस्त पार्टी है। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ममता जी को रेस्पेक्ट करता है और ममता जी अरविंद केजरीवाल को पसंद करता है, और हम लोग चाहते हैं दिल्ली में भाजपा हार जाए और फिर से जो स्थिति है, जो गवर्नमेंट है, वो फिर से पावर में आ जाए।
तो ये चुनाव मैं मानता हूँ फिर एक बार अरविंद केजरीवाल जी जीतने जा रहे हैं। तो आप केजरीवाल जी को देशद्रोही, इंटरनेशनल साबित करने के लिए अपनी ताकत लगा रहे हो, कांग्रेस ने ये नहीं करना चाहिए।
सरकार दिल्ली में केजरीवाल जी की बनने वाली, और माननीय अखिलेश जी ने शुरू से, हम समाजवादी लोगों ने एक ये फैसला लिया हुआ है कि जिन राज्यों में जिस पार्टी की सबसे बड़ी शक्ति है जो बीजेपी आरएसएस को हराने का काम कर सकती है, अगर वेस्ट बंगाल में ममता दीदी इसके नेतृत्व कर रही हैं तो समाजवादी पार्टी उनके साथ, कहीं पे कांग्रेस है तो हम उनके साथ हैं। सिर्फ मकसद ये है कि सांप्रदायिक शक्तियों का और जो ये उन्माद है और कॉर्पोरेट फोर्सेस का जो गठजोड़ है, इसको अखिलेश जी तोड़ना चाहते हैं।
मैं समझता हूँ शायद वहाँ केजरीवाल जीत जाएंगे। कांग्रेस भी फ्रे में है, कांग्रेस भी चुनाव लड़ेगी।
क्या अलायंस है इंडिया अलायंस? नो मिशन नो विजन, ओनली कंफ्यूजन डिविजन, ऑब्सेशन एंड अपना अपना एम्बिशन। कांग्रेस पार्टी और आम आदमी पार्टी दोनों इंडिया अलायंस में है। समाजवादी पार्टी और तृणमूल कांग्रेस दोनों ही कांग्रेस के प्रति, राहुल गांधी के प्रति अविश्वास प्रकट कर रहे हैं।
With the allies backing it, the Aam Aadmi Party has also gone full throttle in its push for the pro-Sanatan image ahead of Delhi polls. Just days after announcing 18,000 rupee honorarium for the Hindu priests, Aam Aadmi Party today inducted over 100 members from BJP's Mandir Prakosht, or the temple unit. The joinees include religious gurus, and at the joining event, Kejriwal also announced the formation of a new Sanatan Seva Samiti. He cited the joining as priests blessing his party.
अब ये जो सनातन धर्म के लिए इतना बड़ा काम किया जा रहा है, सनातन धर्म के लिए जो लोग 24 घंटे, पुजारी वर्ग, संत वर्ग जो 24 घंटे काम करता रहता है, उन लोगों के लिए सेवा करने का मौका हमें दिया और हमें इस बारे में निमित्त बनाया। इसके लिए मैं अपने आप को और आम आदमी पार्टी को बड़ा सौभाग्यशाली समझता हूं कि भगवान ने हम लोगों को चुना। आम आदमी पार्टी जो कहती है वो करती है।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's go across to our guest now. Joining us, Sanju Verma, BJP National Spokesperson. Dr. Anand Raghunathan, author, is with us. Sanjay Jha, author, also joins us. Akshay Marathe is Aam Aadmi Party's National Spokesperson. Faizan Kedwai is the National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Professor Monojit Mandal, political analyst, also joining us on the show. Let me start with you first. Akshay Marathe, the very fact that you have the TMC, you have, now the Samajwadi Party earlier and the Sena UBT that are backing the Aam Aadmi Party, questions now are emerging as to what really is happening as far as the India alliance is concerned, because several of the large regional players are backing the Aam Aadmi Party over the Congress Party. What really is going on within the India alliance?
No, Namaste. Thank you for having me on your show. And I want to start out by saying that the India Alliance was a national level alliance for the Lok Sabha election. And during this Lok Sabha election, I want to remind your viewers and even the Congress party that Arvind Kejriwal ji, when he got out on bail just for a 2-week period when the Supreme Court had granted him bail, he had come out for campaigning, and he also campaigned for Congress candidates in Delhi. He campaigned for Shiv Sena candidates in Maharashtra. He also made vote appeals for other India Alliance partners across the country. Arvind Kejriwal was in good faith trying to help the India Alliance, and he did all that he could to support the alliance. Unfortunately, after that alliance ended in the Lok Sabha elections, when the state elections have now come around, the Congress party seems to have decided to join hands with the Bharatiya Janata Party in defeating the Aam Aadmi Party. If the Congress decides to join the Bharatiya Janata Party, then of course there is a big question mark on the India Alliance leadership that the Congress was trying to portray that it is. So if the Congress has to decide if its enemy is the Bharatiya Janata Party or if its enemy is the Aam Aadmi Party. Unfortunately,
right. many smiles, Akshay, to that last point that the Congress is acting at the behest of the BJP. But I'm going to allow Sanjay Jha a response to that. Sanjay Jha, whether or not you have allied with the BJP, as Akshay claims, the point is this, that if your allies are feeling slighted, and it's not just Aam Aadmi Party who you're taking on in this election, this is your biggest alliance partners. It's the Samajwadi Party, it is the TMC, it is the Sena UBT. You know, many are questioning then that despite being the single largest party, the second largest party in the Lok Sabha and the single largest opposition party, why is the Congress not able to keep its flock together?
Madhav, good evening. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Marathe. I think he is usually a very reasonable and an articulate spokesperson of the party. And I would just request him and everybody not to get carried away in this whole heat of the election and indulge in very nonsensical rhetoric. Here is the truth. What is the truth? The truth is that the Congress party, which basically won back-to-back elections in Delhi, Sheila Dikshit is still considered to be the iconic political lodestar who built Delhi from ground up. She lost and the Congress lost and the Aam Aadmi Party gained. Basically, the Aam Aadmi Party took the entire vote share of the Congress. Now, in this election, I agree with Akshay that in this election, I think the Congress has also been extremely bellicose and belligerent and probably gone over the top. The problem here is that both the Congress and the AAP have a similar vote bank. The BJP is normally constant at around 32 to 33%. Their vote bank doesn't really change. So I think the Congress is seeing an opportunity to reclaim some of its lost political space, and it can only do so at the expense of the Aam Aadmi Party. Having said
but
that,
many will ask you, what were you doing for 10 years? You were the ones who supported Aam Aadmi Party and paved the way for them to come into power. And now you suddenly realized your folly, is it?
No. Let me explain that. Let us not deny that the Aam Aadmi Party has done good work, which is why it's won 2 massive landslide victories in the assembly elections. I'm not going to sit here on your program and indulge in tomfoolery. The Aam Aadmi Party must have done good work to win.
Sir, what is the Congress party saying today? The Congress party is actually attacking Aam Aadmi Party for its governance. So the Congress party has totally got it wrong.
Here, Faizan will speak later, so will Manojit. The India Alliance is doing what it should, is to back what they believe is the front runner in an election. If Aam Aadmi Party today is the front runner in Delhi, I think it would be wrong for the India Alliance.
No, but Sanjay, you know, you're taking Faizan's name, but let me bring in Faizan. One second, I want to bring in Faizan because my next question was on that. You know, in Milkipur, in the by-elections, Faizan, the Congress party supports you. It gives you a walkover, says that you are the ones who are going to fight that election. But that same reciprocity doesn't seem to be happening in Delhi. Why is that the case?
But they're backers in Maharashtra. They're backers.
One second, Sanjay, you can respond. Let Faizan come in.
Yeah, see, India Alliance at large is intact, and BJP is trying to gain some sort of happiness, thinking that there's some problem in India Alliance, but that's not the case. See, in Delhi, we feel Aam Aadmi Party is in a better position to defeat Bharatiya Janata Party, and the reason being Bharatiya Janata Party should be defeated. You just see the way BJP has been functioning, not only in Uttar Pradesh and India at large, but just see.
No, it's fine. You can attack the BJP, but Mr. Ajay Maken is calling Arvind Kejriwal anti-national, sir. It is not the BJP. The Congress itself is taking a very strong stance.
That is
so that's for a Congress party spokesperson to answer. I'm from Samajwadi Party. I just want to say that we all are together, but for the larger good of the nation, you just see what is happening. BJP has been creating obstacles for Aam Aadmi Party to function properly. Projects have been delayed. We have seen that the Honorable Supreme Court had earlier said that Aam Aadmi Party has the right to appoint civil servants. The BJP, through an ordinance, overturned that. And the people of Delhi at large suffered, because if the state government has powers to appoint civil servants and do the work properly, then the people of that state benefit. But BJP, for its greed for power and
incidentally, the Congress was the initial complainant as far as even the liquor scam is concerned. But let me bring in Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, the BJP is creating obstacles for the Aam Aadmi Party. It has done so in other states, says the SP spokesperson, and that's why we are supporting it in its fight against larger fight against the BJP. Please respond to the SP spokesperson.
Madhav, I will respond to the SP spokesperson, but there were allegations made by the suspended Congress variety and by the Aam Aadmi Party. So let me respond to them also. Madhav, I have been screaming from every available rooftop.
No, not variety. Let's keep it civil, please. My request to all of you, let's keep the language civil. We can debate very well and with much more polite language. Let's be civil to each other, please.
You are a suspended variety. Shant ho jao. You are a suspended variety.
One second. Not in this way. Sanju, please. Calm down. Sanjay Jha, calm down. I'm requesting all of you, please calm down. Let's not have this kind of a debate, because this tutu meme takes away from the gravitas of the issue. Please. Sanju Verma.
Madhav, let me make one thing very clear. I have been screaming from every available rooftop for more than a year that the dot alliance was never an alliance to start with. It was a khichdi opportunistic combination driven by just one thing. And that one thing was the all-consuming, visceral hatred for Narendra Modi. Look at it, Madhav, in 10 seconds. You have Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party versus Ajay Maken of the Congress. You have Sandeep Dixit of the Congress versus Atishi of the AAP. You have ex-Congress CM Ashok Gehlot in a war of words with ex-Congress CM of Maharashtra, Prithviraj Chauhan. You have Bhagwant Mann of the Aam Aadmi Party against the Congress's Pratap Singh Bajwa. You have Mamata Banerjee of the TMC versus Rahul Gandhi. You have Akhilesh Yadav of the SP versus Kamal Nath of the Congress. You have Kalyan Banerjee of the TMC versus Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary of the Congress Party. And you have Lalu Prasad Yadav, who finally has abandoned his decades-old loyalty for Sonia Gandhi and has thrown in his towel in the ring with Mamata Banerjee. So basically what this tells you is that the dot alliance is a divisive force and is fraying at the seams. Point number one. Point number two. ये जो यहाँ बैठकर very quickly कहते हैं BJP did not allow Aam Aadmi Party to function. Please go and read the judgment of November 2023 by the two-judge bench of the Supreme Court led by Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul and Sudhanshu Dhulia. They categorically pulled up Kejriwal and said, you can spend 1100 crores on advertisements, but you can't spend 100 crores for the Delhi Meerut RRTS.
Let me come to the larger point. As far as the India Alliance is concerned. The point that you're making is that there are inherent contradictions, Professor Monijit Bandal, within the India Alliance itself. And now with the TMC coming in, and we've seen what's happened in this parliament session. This is not an isolated incident. There are first questions of leadership. Who should lead the alliance? Mamata Banerjee's name comes. Lalu and Sharad Pawar supported. And now in the parliament session, we've also seen on the issue of Adani, the SP and the TMC again took a very different line from the Congress party. So is the Congress's influence within the India Alliance now waning?
I think you could do your best by calling it khichdi, jittery, ragtag, whatever. But the same coalition brought you down to 240 seats. And आपके अहंकार को इन्होंने मिटाया है. And they were going neck and neck. Hang on now. Please hang on now. Please stop this nonsense. This is not a channel that you have rented. Hang on. This is not a channel that you have rented for your sake. Please.
Professor
please
Mandal,
behave.
please make your point. No personal comments to
for
anyone,
a long
please.
period of
Yes.
time, attacking people personally without having any point. Hang
Sanju
on.
Verma, please calm down. Let's not have
Come
this.
on.
Let's not have this. One by
Come
one.
on.
This
Nobody
is
hates your
counterproductive to the
Modi.
debate.
Nobody
Professor
hates
Mandal,
your
continue.
Modi. People don't like him anymore. Look at... No, happily let me speak then. Why is she disturbing? Why is she name calling others?
Go on, Professor Mandal. The floor is
same
yours.
debate?
I'm allowing you to
We are
speak.
debating.
Please carry on. Without getting agitated, please carry
The
on.
fact remains that this ragtag khichdi coalition, it brought you down to 240 seats. आपको अहंकार को मिटाए और खिचड़ी सुन लीजिए. खिचड़ी कभी-कभी सेहत के लिए अच्छा होते हैं. आप भी लिया कीजिए. और अरे प्लीज हैंग ऑन. अरे लिसन टू मी. प्लीज खिचड़ी गरीबों का खाना होते हैं और इसे बैलेंस डाइट. Please, you also have it. You have ahankar and गरीबों ने मिटाया दिया आपका अहंकार.
Professor Mandal, now you are also making constant personal remarks. That's also not right, Professor Mandal. If I don't allow it from one side, you also cannot do this. Please stick to the topic of debate and respond. No personal jibes, otherwise I'll have to lower your
There
figure.
can be inherent. No, hang on. There can be. I'm not getting personal at all. नीतीश कुमार जी ने क्या कहा था? कभी भी इसके साथ नहीं मिलेंगे. अरे चंद्रबाबू नायडू को तो जेल में बिठा दिया. कभी भी बीजेपी के साथ नहीं मिलेंगे. So please do not talk about political morality. Yes, we have a principled stand. Whichever political party is strong in a particular bastion, that party should be supported to defeat the only communal destructive force in this country, that is BJP. I think my good friend from Samajwadi
so what
Party
is the Congress
has
then?
made it amply clear. There is no contradiction at all.
So what is the Congress party to you?
Congress party has an alliance with CPIM. Congress party has an alliance with CPIM in Bengal, but they are fighting each other in Kerala. So what is the problem in that?
Okay, what is the problem? Dr. Ranganathan, what is the problem? There may be contradictions. We have different stands in different states. What is the problem if we have a united strategy for the entire India and different strategies for different states? Please respond to Professor Mandal.
Good evening, Madhav, and good evening to my fellow panelists. I've been listening very patiently to this very interesting debate, and I'm the last one on the panel to speak. So may I please request the courtesy of at least a couple of minutes. Number one, Madhav, a couple of points to make. Let me start with an analogy, because it is mind-boggling, the hypocrisy on display even right now, especially given that there are many young people on the panel. I don't expect them to be seasoned politicians who are hypocrites. Let us say, Madhav, you accuse me to be sectarian and to be ruthlessly evil, corrupt. Will you say, I support you on odd days and I am against you on even days? It's a simple question to you, yes or no?
Obviously not. There has to be ideological consistency.
Correct. How can a party support another one that it is accusing of being rank corrupt at the national level, but not at the state level? What kind of illogic is this? Well, I can expect seasoned politicians like Lalu and others to be, having this kind of logic, but not young people. They are the future of this country. And it pains me when I see young erudite people like Akshay Marathe, who rather than criticizing his own leader, who is Aam Aadmi, wears tattered chappals and tattered bush shirt and a ₹1.5 ka Reynolds pen in his pocket, and yet spends our taxpayers' money, his money, my money, in having a sheesh mahal worth 33 crores. What is the Aam Aadmi's requirement for having a sauna bath? Nobody's ever told me that. And I have not even come to the scams that Sanjay Jha's party that he supports, metaphorically or in real Congress, has exposed. In fact, the sheesh mahal liquor scam was first exposed by the Congress. The Congress is the one that called Kejriwal anti-national. So please tell me, how is it possible that at the national level, these two parties are thick as thieves, and at the state level, they are accusing each other of thievery? It's impossible. I haven't even come to the Samajwadi Party. I haven't even come to, just 10 seconds, to Trinamool, who the Congress accused of killing democracy. They accused Trinamool of killing democracy in Bengal. And they were alliance partners at national level. And Monojin Mondal, Professor Dai, has forgotten that.
Okay, Akshay Marathe, one by one, Akshay Marathe first, because he's taken your name and he's talking about the carefully crafted image of Mr. Kejriwal as the Aam Aadmi. In fact, publicly refused to shift into a bigger house, said he needs only a smaller house, a smaller car. And then several years down the line, what we get is a massive palatial sheesh mahal is what even the Prime Minister says. How do you respond to that, Akshay?
I think There are two issues here. One is of the bungalow that you talked about, and one Dr. Ranganathan talked about the hypocrisy of the India Alliance. I want to just say that there is some selective amnesia and the hyperventilation that Dr. Ranganathan does on television about the hypocrisy of the India Alliance suddenly disappears when Ajit Pawar, who the BJP called very corrupt, 70,000 crore ka scam, and then they come together. They come together. Dr. Ranganathan, let me finish my point. Similarly, Paltu Chacha ji in Bihar, Nitish Kumar, several times over, he was called corrupt, he was called incompetent, he was called all kinds of names by the Bharatiya Janata Party, but they feel very comfortable being, hands in glove and partners in crime when it comes to forming a government again in Bihar. So the youthful optimism that was expected from me has been sullied by the cynicism of the Bharatiya Janata Party, unfortunately. So let's put that aside for a moment. Let's come to the question of the bungalow. Let's come to the question of the bungalow. It's very important. I think just like we had made claims about ourselves being Aam Aadmi, the Prime Minister had said he is a chai wala, humble chai wala, who's a fakir aadmi, jhola utha ke nikal padenge. That was the claim that he had made. He said for 35 years he lived off of bhiksha. That was the claim of the Prime Minister. How does this Prime Minister have a 1.5 lakh rupees Maybach sunglasses? How does he have a 1.5 lakh rupees Movado watch? How does he wear 3 different suits, designer suits, in the course of a day?
Okay, I'm coming to Sanjay Verma on this. I want for the first part. I got your point. Akshay, this is what your leaders have been stating. I'm going to come to Sanju Verma on the second part of your answer. But Dr. Ranganathan, very quickly, quick response please to Akshay Marathe on the first bit.
Very quickly to my dear friend Akshay Marathe, who remains young and cherubic. The explanation of the corruption of Kejriwal is the excuse that Modi is also doing it. BJP is also doing it. This is what Aam Aadmi Party has come to. 2 wrongs make a right. Number 2, I was the first one to expose this idea. I said BJP is no longer a washing machine. BJP is a dhobi guard. With Ajit Pawar. So please do not accuse me. You can accuse BJP, but that only exposes your hypocrisy and your double standards, that you are now equating yourself to the corruption that is done by Congress and the BJP.
Okay, Sanju Verma.
Come in, Madhav. Thank you. Madhav, first and foremost, let me make one thing very clear. The TMC panelist here, he said, we have limited the BJP to 240 seats. ठीक है भाई साहब, आप खुश रहिए. You limited the BJP to 240 seats, but Narendra Modi became the first Prime Minister in 62 years in post-independent India to become the Prime Minister for the 3rd time in a row. That's creating history. Thank you. Thank you for making Prime Minister Narendra Modi PM for the 3rd time and creating history. धन्यवाद आपका, बहुत धन्यवाद. अभी शांत हो जाइए. Now let me address the allegations by the Aam Aadmi Party. Prime Minister Maybach sunglasses पहनते हैं, 2700 करोड़ का वो बंगला बनाना चाहते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री के घर के नीचे गुफा है, वो गुफा के अंदर से पार्लियामेंट आते हैं. I have been hearing absolute balderdash, absolute gibberish by one after the other Aam Aadmi Party panelists on show after show. But today, very quickly in 30 seconds, Narendra Modi ने क्या किया? 55 crore Jandhan bank accounts. Narendra Modi ने क्या किया? 4 crore free houses under PM Awas Yojana. Narendra Modi ने क्या किया? More than 3 lakh crore given to more than 11 crore farmers. Narendra Modi ने क्या किया? More than 10 crore women benefited under PM Ujjwala Yojana. Narendra Modi ने क्या किया? More than 28 lakh crore loans given to 43 crore entities under PM Mudra Yojana. Narendra Modi ने क्या किया? 36 crore Ayushman cards distributed. 10 seconds, Madhav. अभी अरविंद केजरीवाल ने क्या किया? मैं जी अपने बच्चों की कसम खाकर कहता हूँ जी, राजनीति में कभी दाखिला नहीं लूंगा. मैं अपने बच्चों की कसम
it's essentially the same argument that Anand was making, that he makes a promise and he doesn't keep it. I think we've gone through that debate, but because you've taken the name of several of the other panelists and many hands going up, Sanju Verma, let's quickly go one by one. Manojit Mandal first. Manojit.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने क्या किया आपको पता है. When opposition rule state, you are blocking the money. Bengal is the biggest example of that. You are talking about PM Awas Yojana, 1,20,000 crores. The money that you have blocked for these people of Bengal. नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने ये किया है सिर्फ बीजेपी के लिए किया है. For the BJP rule state. Now even you are trying to trying to aggressively capture the educational institution. Look at the draft regulations of UGC. You are trying to capture this institution through enacting a law where the vice chancellors will be recruited even from industry, even from military, profession, not from the academy.
Okay, that's a charge that TMC has made in the past. Sanjay, very quickly. One by one, just one by one, please. Sanjay.
Madhav, Mr. Narendra Modi will go down in history as the worst Prime Minister of India, one who divided this country and betrayed the constitution on which you took oath. And I believe that Mr. Modi is aware of that reality. Just because you win elections doesn't make you a good person, doesn't make you a good leader. Mr. Modi is the most divisive political leader this country has ever seen, and that cannot be.
Well, unfortunately, it's the first past the post system, the Westminster model that we are following, Sanjay Jha. I mean, we can speak in generalities, but let's talk specifics. And I want to quickly bring in Aam Aadmi Party before we go back to Sanju Verma. And this is on the whole issue of ideological divide. Because today, Akshay Marathe, we've seen members of the BJP's Mandir Prakosht, about 100 of them, I believe, who've joined the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, there is a Sanatan Seva Samiti that is being formed. And is this the latest in what, the BJP has been calling Aam Aadmi Party's attempt to become a Chunavi Hindu, because the salaries of priests, of granthis, etc. that's been spoken about, many such moves. And the positioning of Aam Aadmi Party that they say happens only during elections. Akshay.
No, it is very unfortunate that the BJP is opposing the 18,000 rupees salary that we have announced for pujaris and granthis. And I'll tell you why. Because if you look at the average pujari and granthi in this country today, they are the custodians of our religion. They are the custodians of our traditions. And unfortunately, in a lot of smaller temples, they don't have the kind of income that will give them a dignified, respectable life. Yes. And Aam Aadmi Party is promising to them that we will provide 18,000 rupees to them every month. If the BJP is serious and if they want to out-Hindu the Aam Aadmi Party, they have 22 state governments across India. Why don't you show us an example? Why don't you support pujaris and granthis in the states?
So one of the things Akshay, BJP often talks about is that in Gujarat elections, you talked about Ganesh and Lakshmi being on currency notes, and then that statement was not made again by your leaders, or the demands were not made. But Sanju Verma, very quickly, and the question that for the BJP in this is this, that you have TMC, which is talking about, building temples and various temple projects. We have, in fact, the Aam Aadmi Party that is engaging in what the BJP calls Chunavi Hindutva. Is the BJP also a little concerned about the fact that other parties are being able to shift their position to soft Hindutva? And is that going to hurt the BJP?
Madhav, that's a very interesting question. Very quickly, first and foremost, I take strong offense to a suspended variety abusing the Prime Minister on your show. This man has no credibility. मंद बुद्धि की पार्टी से सस्पेंड होकर भी यहाँ टीवी डिबेट पर आकर बकवास करना, यही करते रहना. You are only fit for abusing the Prime Minister. Your own party does not take you seriously. So please shut up.
Let's temper our language. No, please, Sanju Verma, let's temper our language. I will request everyone. I'm requesting everyone. Let's please temper our language. Let's not make this. Let's reduce this to a shouting match. Faizan, let me bring in Faizan on that note. Faizan, do you agree with this move? This soft Hindutva move, whether the BJP calls it Chunavi Hindu. Coming to the rest of you, Anand, just coming in. Faizan, how do you look at this move? Because you have supported the same Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes, so first let me respond to Sanju Verma. She said a lot of things about the way Bharatiya Janata Party has done something good. First of all, why are you so obsessed with ... There's another ... NDA, that is Nakara Dhokebaz Alliance, and bluffing Janata Party, aka BJP, which has been bluffing people of India, people of Uttar Pradesh for a very long time.
To the question,
You spoke about Ujjwala. Madam, you should know that in 22-23, the refills have become so expensive that 1.18 crore people didn't come back. Ladies didn't come back. So, and as far as Swachh Bharat is concerned, open defecation is still a problem. As for Jan Dhan, 15 to 20% of the accounts are dormant. क्योंकि उस वक्त आप लोगों ने force किया था बैंक वालों को कि account खोल दो, बंद पड़ा है. So there is hardly anything good you people have done for the people of India at large. And you have been fooling people of Uttar Pradesh and Hindus specifically.
Faizan, you're not talking about your alliance partner. The question is very clearly on AAP.
Yeah. As I said, we are supporting AAP in Delhi because we feel AAP is in a very good position.
You support these moves to set up a Sanatan Seva Samiti, and the kind of doles being given out to the temple priests. Because here you have the BJP calling it Chunavi Hindu.
माधव, चुनावी हिंदू तो सबसे बड़े बीजेपी वाले हैं। अयोध्या में लोगों की जमीनें लेकर के उनको कॉम्पनसेशन नहीं देने वाले बीजेपी वाले हैं। घर गिरा के कॉम्पनसेशन नहीं देने वाले बीजेपी वाले हैं। इनके मिल्कीपुर के एमएलए का नाम छपा था ट्रांजैक्शंस के लिए। इससे बड़ा हिंदुओं को धोखा देने वाली कौन सी पार्टी हो सकती है?
Madhav, I must tell you, my intention is not to choose you as a guinea pig, but you are the only one who is the most frank amongst all of us right now. So you answer me absolutely frankly. I ask you another question. If I were as a state government to pay monthly salaries for 10 years only to Hindu priests, no to Maulvis, no to Padris, would you call me communal? Yes or no?
Well, I think Dr. Ranganathan, I'll have to leave that question to you to answer because I'm not going to get drawn into this debate. I will only moderate it. I'll leave it to you to answer. Dr. Ranganathan, quickly make the point because we're almost out of time. Please, quickly.
Please. Yes, you would call me communal because then I'm favoring only the Hindu priests. So I want to ask Akshay Marathe, for 10 years, इनका ये हिंदू हृदय सम्राट कहाँ चला गया था? सिर्फ मौलवीज को 10 साल से सैलरीज क्यों दे रहे थे? प्रीस्ट को क्यों नहीं दी?
Okay. Completely out of time, Dr. Ranganathan. As I mentioned earlier, Sanju Verma, Dr. Anand Ranganathan stays with us for debate number 2. Sanjay Jha, Akshay Marathe, Faizan Kidwai, Professor Mandal, thanks so much for joining us this evening.